Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Reckless Financials. Last 2 weeks ago, we were at 108, and it seems like from there we have declined about 20k. So let me show you guys how exactly that happened. Alright, so all time break even is at 115. Right now we're at 96. Alright, and roughly last time I made a video, we were here on this plateau, and hindsight 2020, I should have sold. But then Trump happened and it happened again. So now it bounced back a little bit through that Nvidia earnings. And portfolio update, I have changed a lot of my holdings. I've sold all of my Nvidia holdings. So stay tuned to learn why that happened. Let's get straight to it. The overall big event of the week was, of course, the Nvidia earnings. And I did sell most of my Nvidia positions right before the earnings, anticipating that crash, which did not happen. It actually went up, and then it went back down on Friday. So I honestly, all I missed was that up to 41 or whatever it was when the market opened, 41, 42. Could have made a few thousand there, but I was really scared that the market would have crashed. Nvidia often does after earnings. So I took out some hedges. Bought some puts, roughly $1,500 worth of puts, which was printing right before the earnings when Trump did yet another flip-flop. So right now it feels like I'm just trading against Trump, and it's just getting super frustrating. Alright, so let me just zoom in on a map for you. Here's my overall Nvidia thesis on TradingView. We had this downtrend move, kind of similar to this right here, and now I believe we are in an uptrend move. But all along the way, this is what, Wednesday, May 21st, I got tricked on this. Lost like, I don't know, 5,000-6,000 when I thought this was the pop-up. I thought Nvidia was finally breaking up to this 137. That was a nasty trick by the markets. Alright, weeklies got destroyed, and I added to the position as I thought the market was going up. So I got destroyed on this. This incurred a lot of losses for me. At the same time, I also opened a new position in United Healthcare. I can see that kind of back down from 321 to like 300s, and now it's been stuck there. So kind of a bit of money there too. Now, market, it pulled back, Nvidia pulled back to this baseline at around 130, and then it rocketed up again, and I sold right around here at 135. So right now it's back at what, 135. It didn't really miss much, but I kind of missed big pop right here. We could have helped with my recovery. I missed it. Regrets, is right back at 135, which is kind of support line. If you're looking to grab a beginner position, maybe like of your overall position, I'll suggest grabbing some shares here. Alright, so going back to my portfolio here, you can see that I have gotten rid of most of my Nvidia position, mainly because I'm scared I might through this support line and like back down to like 120 to cover up this gap or whatever, or maybe like right here 129, 125-ish area, because this area seemed like it was like an air gap right here. So it might need to come back to fill that 118 to 125 area again, and that's when I will be loading in pretty heavy. Go down to the RSI right here, are bouncing off the highs of the 70 thing again, and there's looks like a bearish divergence right here. And same thing with a MACD. We've had all this bullish goody stuff, but now it's momentum's dying back down and might back over and incur some of this red stuff again. So I'm waiting for a better opportunity to enter. In the meantime, I have started a new position in United Healthcare. Do use them as my healthcare. So if they do fuck me, they get to fuck me 2 times this year with health insurance premiums and with my options premiums. So hooray, United Healthcare, good job. Alright, so right here you can see like the opposite story. There's just all these massive dips just straight down from 600 to 300 basically. Right now it's kind of 300, but I kind of like these RSI technicals, like it's just way oversold right here. It got down to 12 RSI. 30 is considered and 12 is just like, whoa, you're just giving away shares for free at that point. Anyways, I believe it's gonna do like a cup and handle formation. Its cup is gonna develop, maybe it'll reach around 350 before the handle, and then it'll go back up to 400s, mid 400s, all depending on the news and whatever is going on. I also like this MACD crossover right here, which started happening back on Tuesday the 27th, and it's been going slow. Actually, it's pretty slow. So I opened a put spread around a 300 for 2 weeks out. I opened a 303 295 put spread, yielding roughly around, like, I have two of these going. So if those do print, it is right here. There you go. United Healthcare, 2 weeks out, 300 295 put spread, roughly around 228. So a little bit less than 50% gains if these print. And I should get around, what is that, 500 per two. Should get around, like, if these print. All right. So that's like the major shift away from Nvidia temporarily. I'm just waiting for, like, a better entry point, and then I'm going heavy on United Healthcare. All right, let me see some other plays that I made. This is kind of YOLO lottery ticket on what QQQ does on June the 2nd. So yeah, 56%. But it's only like what, so it's whatever. I'm betting that people would, like, sign more shares as the Robo Taxi 2.0, 3.0, whatever the heck Elon Musk is up to is rolling around. So kind of that for now. No, quick $500 gains. Ain't much. Keep spread on the table. That's the United Healthcare. CLBR, I got a little bit carried away with the guys on after hours. So I did two put spreads at 15. Maybe it'll go higher, maybe it'll go lower. When I opened these, I think it's 10% gains for a month. So 1 month out, in 1 month, if it prints or if it doesn't print, if it doesn't drop below $15, I will print 10% on 1,500. Ain't much, I got a huge position, but kind of interesting. I don't even know what they do. I think there's a kind of weird SPAC merger or something. All right, here is the first instance of my big healthcare 320 calls, all the way out, and not all the way out, it's actually like 2 months out in July. All right, I did open a AMD sympathy trade with Nvidia in case Nvidia popped off and it dragged AMD up with them. Didn't work, but I stuck the position. It's like 1,000 something, and I have until 2026 to print, so it's a bad position. Same thing with TSM, 200, a little bit out of the money, but I have to 2026, and I have certain that it will head up. And then here's my $300 United Healthcare leap. It's up 3%. I bought this a little bit earlier and during the dip, up 3%, so not bad. And then there's some Google trades, super interesting. So I'm on, well, you're probably watching this on YouTube. I'm also on YouTube. I've been noticing that a lot more traders are recommending Google, and that's pretty interesting play. I looked into it. Their growth looks good. I haven't tested their Gemini yet. Not that I know that much about AI chatbots or whatever, but it seems like a good value play. So I bought some. Yeah. Also, I think Waymo fully comes online, it's gonna be huge. They're already doing autonomous driving. I don't know why everyone's waiting on Tesla to do autonomous driving. Like, Waymo already has it. Just, the Waymo or how do you say? Waymo is already there. So if you guys want the Tesla self-driving hype, why not just get Waymo stock? Well, you can't do that because Google owns like 70% of Waymo, so that's kind of like a there. All right, now we're moving into deep mid 2026 plays. I got that spy call. I'm still bullish on the United States stock market. Even winning whatever the fuck he's doing. Yeah. Apple, deep play. Tim Cook's getting slammed right now. Apple's getting slammed with the tariffs, with the AI, blah blah blah. So iPhones, people still buying iPhones. Their web or whatever the heck they do is still growing. People are still using it. I don't really think people are gonna start buying Android phones because you can do AI stuff on it, which really isn't really that advanced phones. Just like circling stuff to search. It's freaking ridiculous. Yeah, but it's priced for that. But if or when they do bring on AI for reals, then it's gonna go up. Or if, Trump's on a tariff again, then it's going to go up. Let me just show you where Apple's at. What the heck? Oh, sorry. AAPL. There we go. So yeah, mid R50 level. So it's definitely, look at trend going down, kind of. Look at line. It's off pretty high level. Always kind of like around a 200 mark, and I think it's gonna pop back up to like 250 easy. So that's my last options play. I am gathering some shares down here. Nvidia 200. I got these at such a great sale. I got these at like freaking like 95. So I'm keeping these. Amazon. I still believe in their cloud and their like fulfillment center objectives and stuff. Here's my token shares. These are actually doing pretty well. I don't know how to show you the full gains. How do I do that? Stop me. Go here. Last price, your equity, today's return, total return. Okay, so yeah, look at that. Up 35% on this position, 20%. And these random ass plays, I'm actually up like 20. Like, it makes me think, what if I just put my full portfolio into these plays instead of freaking doing options? All right. CoreWeave, wow, up 176%. And I'm slowly buying into a SPY here. This is actually will lead me to my next thing. Watching a couple of these, and then I do hold like a token Lux in Bitcoin and stuff. All right, you're still here. You get to see my second piece. Actually, maybe I should just make it into a video. Okay, whatever. Let's just record this in one shot.